Hi, I'm astrologer and life coach Penny Dix. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome back if you're one of my regular visitors here. And if you are new here, a very big welcome to you. I hope you like my bizarre humor and my style of astrology. And if you do, I'd love it if you'd subscribe. I have to tell you something before I do this short heads up video. Because just now I was halfway through doing this particular heads up and I glanced up and I thought, that's funny. It still says 000. Oh my God. I forgot to press record. So I did a wonderful rendition of what the sun opposite Neptune is. I just hope I remember it for this particular now run through of what I've already said, because it's like, no, I went all the way through it and I didn't realize I hadn't pressed record. I have no excuses except that Mercury is still in its shadow. Retrograde Mercury, our planet of communication, still in its shadow. It's at 9 degrees only of Virgo. Interestingly, making a trine today to Jupiter. So it's kind of exaggerating the opportunities or the potential, shall we say, on today, the 19th of September, for making those kind of boo-boos. But anyway, moving swiftly on, I quickly have recovered myself. And what I want to talk about is the sun in opposition to our wonderful planet of illusion, delusion, confusion, of, Neptune can be viruses and poisons and anything that is a little bit kind of liquidy and not quite so nice. So that can be the kind of negative side of Neptunian energy. And we have to, in a sense, think of Neptune as the kind of lord of the sea. The sea is a law unto itself. It has such energies that we have to roll with if we are on the sea or if we are within the sea. And what's interesting is that if you saw the live I did on Sunday night, we're still in the grips of this grand Earth trine, which is a positive energy because it's about rebuilding, it's about structure, it's about us putting more structure into our lives. And this grand Earth trine, just to remind you, is about the sun in the sign of Virgo, which of course is Earth and mutable, trining retrograde Pluto in Capricorn, which of course is an earth sign and cardinal, trining in turn Uranus, which is retrograde in the sign of Taurus, which is an earth sign and fixed. And then of course Uranus in turn trines the sun in Virgo. So we still have the energy of this grand Earth trine, which is positive and empowering. But what it makes now is we have sextiles between both Pluto and Uranus. Remember, Pluto is about transformation. Pluto is about feeling and getting in touch with our inner power, our inner strength. And Uranus, our planet of the unexpected, of shocks, of earthquakes, explosions, wild weather, which is what we've seen. As it turned retrograde, it turned North Africa literally upside down, with the devastating earthquake in Morocco, which is North Africa, and the equally catastrophic storm that caused 2 dams to burst, Storm Daniel, in Libya, which is only 100 miles south of where I live in Malta and Gozo. And those kind of catastrophes, I think, are beyond us being able to comprehend the tragedy. So with this grand Earth trine, which is positive, and the Sun in opposition to Neptune, which is challenging, making this kite formation, you have to think about what a kite does, because this is like our way out. So you have the kite being carried and kept aloft on currents of air. Air is about thought. It's about the intuition. It's about seeing the bigger picture. Because when we are above the land, when we can see a distance, we can see that bigger picture. We have that, what is known as eagle sight. The Sun on the Earth, remember, Neptune is in the water because it's in Pisces, and Neptune rules Pisces, so it is a water sign and a water planet. But this kite is trying to lift this earthy, watery energy out into the kind of theatre of play, shall we say, where all of us work out how we live our everyday lives. That's what it's trying to do. And with this energy, this Sun and Neptune are kind of in conflict. The Sun is pulling that kite back down to Earth. Neptune, on the right on the kind of point of the kite, is being pulled upwards, out of the sea, out of where it's comfortable. Where might you be being pulled out of your comfort zone? Is that what is going to be around today? That you are going to be challenged to move out of your comfort zone? Maybe that's a good thing. Remember, air is about thought. When we allow ourselves to just daydream, which is also a very Neptunian quality, when we allow ourselves to daydream, to think, you know how you can just sit or lie on your back on the ground, on the grass, and gaze at the clouds. You see pictures in the clouds. It's like you can almost use the clouds for scrying, for seeing what you're meant to do, for the messages that are meant for you. So perhaps that might be an interesting way to use this energy today. And if we look at also what's going on, because the moon today is in Scorpio. Remember, Scorpio is also a water sign and fixed. And it's opposite Jupiter in Taurus, also retrograde. They're in exact opposition today. The moon's energy in Scorpio, which is pulling us down into the emotions, into the feeling, into the shadow side of what Scorpio represents. Jupiter is enlarging that, expanding it. So there's something about the energy today that is challenging you to actually stay grounded within that grand Earth trine that is still there. And that if you are pulled into the emotion, the depths of the emotion, that's fine, but do it with some kind of structure, with some kind of sense of purpose. Don't allow yourself to get carried away like that kite on the wind. Don't let go of holding on to the steerage of the kite. It's like, I don't want to say let go, because I don't think letting go today is what it's all about. It's actually about holding on and having faith. Holding on to your dreams. Neptune can be about our dreams. Jupiter is opposite the moon. The moon is about our feelings, our intuition, our kind of nurturing side. So the moon is also about mothering, being a mother. Who or what do you need to be a mother to? Is there something or someone in your life that you need to mother? Or do you need to mother you? You know, we don't have our mothers with us forever. Maybe today is also about valuing that kind of maternal relationship and showing that love. The moon, remember, is still coming out of new. It was new in Virgo just a few days ago when Mercury went direct. So it's still a crescent moon. It's still about bringing in, manifesting, inviting in. So with all of that in mind, the last aspect I want to just tell you about for today is about Venus, our planet of love and relationship, is in its ongoing square, which is challenging, with retrograde Jupiter in Taurus. That is expanding our feelings of passion, of the need for relating, the need for relationship. It's in Leo, it's expressing our love, yearning for the perfect situation, for the perfect potential for the relationship. Venus is in turn squaring the moon. So there's something about the sadness and the longing for that which isn't ready to come in yet in or with regard to relationships. It's just not the right time. And it's about just observing that and saying that's okay. I can wait in the dark. Because the one certainty, and you've heard me say this before, is when it's dark, the light will always come. It doesn't stay dark forever. The sun keeps rising. The sun will always set, but it will always rise again. If we want to get really picky, we could say, well, one day maybe it won't, because it will go into a supernova and become a black hole. But I'm talking about the now. And anything like that is way, way off and nowhere near us. But Venus today is also making what is known as a sextile to Mars in Libra, which is good. So this is telling us there's hope. Sometimes we have to be assertive in relationships and tell people how we feel. So give that some thought today. Just be mindful of that and think about how you can use this energy constructively to still work with that new moon energy to not get drowned by that Sun opposite Neptune in the feeling and the longing and the despair and the wanting. Maybe there's loss. It's about if something leaves, it's meant to leave. And something that is right will come to fill that space. So on that note, because I thought I was going to make a short heads up, but of course I've gone on and on and on. So if any of you are still here, congratulations. I'm so sorry this heads up went on so long. Thank you so much for joining me. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.